So, you've decided to elope on Oahu. That is amazing. But you know it's about more than just a beautiful place, right? It's a feeling. And honestly, the very heart of that moment comes down to the words you'll say to each other, your vows. So let's get into it. We're going to explore how to make those words just as intentional, just as unforgettable as the island itself.
Look, your story is one of a kind, so why should your vows be any different? We're not talking about just reciting some old, dusty traditions here. No way. This is for couples like you, who are all about authenticity. It's about making sure the promises you make are a real, true reflection of your journey together. It's about creating a moment that is 100% yours.
Okay, so let's talk about your intentional Oahu vows. Because here's the thing about getting married on Oahu. Vows aren't just words you say. There's something you experience. It's like they become a part of the landscape, woven right into the fabric of the island. And that's what creates a memory that's not just personal, but truly profound.
So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, Hawaiian vows are different. They're a promise that weaves your love story together with a deep respect for nature, for spirituality, and for the island culture. See, typical vows, they're usually just about personal promises. But authentic Hawaiian vows, they're about something so much bigger. They honor the Aina, the land itself, and they are just infused with that genuine spirit of aloha.
And this is what I mean when I say the island is part of it. The sea, the sky, the mountains of Oahu, they're not just a pretty backdrop for your photos. They actually become symbols of your commitment. Think about it. The strength of the mountains, the endless nature of the ocean. They literally become part of the promises you're making to each other. It's pretty powerful stuff.
All right, the art of vow writing. So the big question is, how do you actually get all of that meaning down on paper? I know, they can feel a little daunting, right? But trust me, there's a simple, really intentional process that's going to guide you.
It really all comes down to this simple 4-step framework. First up, personal reflection. This is where you really think about your story. Next, language choices. Finding the right words, not just the cliches. Then, you can bring in some cultural elements, and we'll talk about how to do that respectfully. And finally, it's all about structure and sincerity. See? Breaking it down like this makes the whole thing feel so much more approachable. It's a clear path to creating something truly meaningful. So let's just jump into that first step, okay? Personal reflection. I want you to actually think about this for a second. How has this island played a role in your love story? Was it a vacation you'll never forget? Is there something about the culture here that just speaks to you both? Seriously, answering this question, that's the foundation. That's what makes your vows feel genuine and completely heartfelt. Okay, so once you've got that personal foundation locked in, you're ready for the next part. Infusing the aloha spirit. This is where we can start to weave in the incredible spirit of the island, but we're going to do it respectfully and authentically. And the absolute core of that is understanding what aloha truly means. It is so much more than just hello and goodbye. It's a promise to live with love, with peace, with compassion. So when you bring this idea into your vows, you're not just saying a word. You're promising to treat each other with that same deep kindness and compassion every single day, always.
And you can add a really beautiful, authentic touch with simple phrases or concepts. Things like ki aloha maloa, my eternal love, or core values like Pono, which is all about righteousness and balance, and of course Ohana, which means family, but in this incredible extended sense. But, and this is so important, the crucial thing is to do it with respect. This isn't just about sprinkling in some cool-sounding words. Working with a local expert is key to making sure these powerful concepts are used correctly and truly honor the culture they come from.
Okay, so you've crafted these perfect, meaningful vows. That's huge, but they're part of a bigger picture, right? The ceremony itself. And making sure that entire moment is just as intentional, just as stress-free, well, that's the other half of the equation. So how do you get that completely seamless experience? Well, that's where proven expertise comes in. I mean, listen to this from Tammy. We had the most perfect, stress-free wedding. Isn't that the dream? A day where you can just focus completely on each other and the moment without any of the noise. And Jennifer Poland puts it perfectly. It made everything so easy and so sweet, Having a beautiful ceremony shouldn't have to be complicated. And Thomas Bragg just hits the nail on the head. The process was so easy and painless, and let's be real, weddings are so stressful. So finding a way to just remove all of that, that's the real luxury. I love what Katie Pratico says here.
Minimal fuss service and still feeling the significance and sacredness of the moment. That's the perfect balance, isn't it? Simple, but not at the expense of what's truly important.
And when you get all of that right, the stress-free planning, the easy process, the meaningful vows, what do you get? Kansu Tilbach says it all. Truly magical. Everything was perfect and exceeded our expectations. That's the goal. A day that isn't just what you hoped for, but so much more.
So you're probably wondering, who is the architect behind all of these seamless, magical days? Well, it's Reverend James Chun. He is an expert who has dedicated himself to curating exactly these kinds of deeply personal, flawlessly executed ceremonies right here on Oahu.
And when you look at what people say about him, these themes just come up again and again. He's professional, but also so personable. He has this calming, reassuring presence that just puts you at ease. He's flexible, accommodating, and his knowledge of the island is just deep. It all comes together in this one unwavering dedication, creating a perfect, seamless experience for you.
And that unrivaled expertise, that's the foundation of Hawaii Wedding Studio. It's all about providing a comprehensive, expertly managed service, a truly bespoke planning experience for couples who want something special.
So what does that actually mean, bespoke? It means that from the very first moment you reach out, all the way to your final I do, every single detail is intentionally curated. It's all designed for one thing, to give you a stress-free, completely unforgettable ceremony here on Oahu.
Ready to start crafting your own perfect, stress-free day? You can begin that journey right now at hawaiiweddingminister.com. That's really where your bespoke planning experience begins.
And hey, if you want some more inspiration, and trust me, you do, go follow at Oha Minister on Instagram. You'll see some beautiful, real Oha ceremonies. And of course, if this guide was helpful, do us a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more tips coming your way for creating that perfect Oha elopement.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Are you ready to create a moment on Oahu that is as effortless as it is elegant? Ready to step away from all the stress of traditional wedding planning? Because that possibility, that chance for a truly intentional, beautiful beginning, it's right here, waiting for you.